This is episode number 27 of the Emotional Freedom Podcast. And in today's episode, I want to ask you this question. What standard do you hold yourself to? Stay tuned. I want to begin today's episode by talking a little bit about the world of martial arts. Now, for me, I am a big fan of martial arts. I have practiced several forms of martial arts, although I never went all out to become a master of any of those. I have the one that I have learned the most is karate, and I have also done a little bit of Shaolin Wushu as well as Aikido and a bit of Muay Thai. But I don't want to share with you how good I am because I'm not. And if let's say there's a fight and all that, I'll probably be the first to run away, right? And that's how telling of what kind of martial artist I am. But I got to know some professional martial artists or mixed martial art fighters, MMA, and one of them was AJ Pyro. And AJ was I would call him as the godfather of MMA in Malaysia because he was one of the pioneers who brought in this sport into the country. And he even became the Malaysia's first, I think it was featherweight or flyweight, I can't remember the exact weight. He became the first champion of one championship in Malaysia. So he was sharing with me an example of his own master. See, AJ learns a lot of martial arts, and unlike me, he was very good at all of them. He's very good at Muay Thai, he's very good at Silat, he's very good at wrestling, and there was one martial arts that he was beginning to work on, which is Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, which is known as BJJ. So I was talking to him and things like that, and the topic came to there were a lot of people who wanted to approach AJ to be on his fight team, which is the Borneo Tribal Squad, the BTS. It's a very well-known fight team based in Kota Kinabalu. And the thing that he will tell me is that, from his experience, especially when he first started off, he was very excited to work with people who came and says, I want to be a fighter, I want to be a fighter. But before long, he began to realize that the people who came saying that I want to be a professional fighter, I'll do whatever it takes, they were also the ones to give up the fastest. Now, on the other hand, he has had experience whereby he handpicked reluctant fighters. In other words, these were people who weren't sure whether they could do it, who weren't sure whether they could commit to the grueling training regimen, and they were the ones who stayed on and became professional fighters. Very interesting, I thought. You have got people who say they wanted to, but they ended up giving up quickly. On the other hand, you have people who never said they want to. In fact, they were like questioning the coach. It's like, are you sure? Am I the one? And all that. But they are the ones who stayed on and really persevered through the pain, through the injury, through the grueling training, etc. So he showed me one of the quote from one of the Gracie family. And who are the Gracie family? The Gracies were the one who are the most famous for bringing Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu to everywhere around the world. And if you go to Brazil, I think hardly anyone who has not heard of the Gracie family. They are like the godfather of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. And there was one posting that I saw on Facebook whereby one of the coaches said this. There was a time whereby there was a professional fighter, a student, came and really complained to the sensei. And he said, it's unfair. Why is it that the others, you allow them to take offs? Why is it that when they say they have injury, you allow them to rest? Why is it that they don't, they can eat whatever they want? Whereas for me, I'm injured, you still want me to train. I am so tired, you still want me to wake up so early. And even when I really feel like I cannot do it, you still force me to do it. Why are you so mean to me, sensei? And the sensei looked at this student, and the sensei just, have one of those wise man smile. It's as if like, grasshopper, open your ears and listen. That kind of smile? And the sensei said, well, it was because The other students that you're referring to, they were casual learners. They come to learn because they do it for health, for whatever personal reasons, and that is the level that they are willing to go. To push them further than what they are willing to do, it is just going to burn them out because their goal is not to reach that level. I meet them where their level is at. But for you, you told me that you want to be a professional fighter. You want to be a champion. And a champion has to pay the price. And as your coach, I have to make sure that you hold on to the standard that will enable you to be a champion even when you choose to give up. Because you know deep down inside of you, you want to be a champion. And if I do anything less than this for you, I am being unfair to you. So did that student become a champion? Sad to say, I don't know the end of the story because that was what I heard from that sensei. But it really makes sense because, a lot of people, they want to be this, they want to do that. Nowadays, if you ask youngsters, so what do you want to be when you grow up? Everyone will tell you, I want to be performing on stage. I want to be an Instagrammer. I want to be a YouTuber. I want to be an influencer. And nowadays, this term influencer, I dislike the term. It's like, what do you mean an influencer? Is that a person's particular job that is all just doing nothing but influencing others? A lot of people, they want to be an influencer nonetheless. But are you willing to pay the price? Are you willing to hold yourself to a higher standards than the rest of the world? Because there will be more people who say they want something but are not willing to extend that amount of extra effort to go through hardship and pain to reach that result. There will always be a lot of talkers. There will always be more talkers than doers. Let's put it this way. So back to my original question, the title of today's podcast is, what standard do you hold yourself onto? If you want to have big things in life, if you want to have big results, if you want to have big goals, etc., then you need to hold yourself to a higher standard. And by higher standard, what I mean is going the extra mile, doing the things that people feel as if it's okay, I don't have to do that. But you will go the extra mile. You will do the extra hard work. You will put in the extra hours to study and to perfect your craft. Because that's the truth. There's no shortcut to mastery. There's no shortcut to mastery. I'll say that again. The idea about instant noodles, you put the noodles into the hot water and 2 minutes later you can eat it. Yes, you can have instant gratification, but try eating instant noodles all the time. It's not going to do well for your body. It's the same thing. So if you have a goal, if you are like a burning desire for you to be good at something, now I'm going to be the tough guy here today. I'm going to challenge you. I'm going to ask you this question. What standards do you hold yourself onto? Because if you hold yourself onto baby standards, and that's fine if you just want to play at baby level. But if you want to play at the professional level, at the world-class level, at a level that's going to impact others, impact lives, and leave a lasting legacy, then you have got to play at that level and hold yourself up to a higher standards. A standard which is like you will do it even though you don't feel like doing it anymore. And that's the bottom line. So, what is the standard that you're holding yourself to? Think about it. I wish you have a great day ahead. I'll see you tomorrow.